So, what daily tasks do you do on your phone or desktop? Desktop could be a laptop also.
Okay.
Closer on the table right
Here, put right there. There we go.
there.
Perfect.
Closer towards this, towards mine.
A little closer
Yeah,
to the right, my friend.
there you
Perfect.
go. Is that
Perfect.
okay?
Perfect. Right there. Yeah. And it's working right now, so it's good. All right. Well, I use the phone, of course, not just to call, but I can or the cell phone to call, but uh, any of my devices, my computer here at work, or my cell phone, or I do have a laptop at home. I use it to go into the internet, watch the news, listen to the news, listen to the radio, listen to music, or or connect with people. For example, on WhatsApp, I have a lot of family in Colombia, which is where I'm
Very
from.
nice.
So I do connect with a lot of my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. And I
Okay.
usually put the phone right here and start typing with one finger.
Yeah. Is
Yeah,
it Oh, let me move on to my next
sure.
question. Um, are you able to do any home tasks like turn on the lights or the thermostat on your own?
Lights, yes. Thermostat, no.
Okay.
Hmm.
Do you have any trouble using your device or things around your home, such as the lights?
No,
So you don't have no problem using?
no problem with the lights.
No, no, no. I mean, in general, things around your house. Do you have any problems
No.
because of your
Well, I am limited to
situation?
what I can.
Yeah, because of your limitations.
Yeah, well, I am limited to like. I mean, I can't reach the remote control of the TV unless
Right.
I'm able to get assistance. And you know, some lights I can turn on, some lights I cannot, depending on the switches where they put it. Um, but other than that, I mean, I'm pretty much self.
What do you say you cannot do on your own?
Well, I can't reach, for example, the lamp. Turn on the fan, for example, it's in the ceiling. In my bedroom
Okay.
or in the living room.
And you said the remote. What about phone calls?
I'm sorry.
What about phone calls?
I can't reach the regular phone. I can reach. I can. Most of my phone calls I do it on my cell phone, but I
So
can't.
what about texting,
Oh, I can do text. Yeah.
texting and everything?
Yeah.
Okay. I know, I know you said you do it, but do you find yourself having difficulty when you do stuff for yourself, like texting or making a phone call on your cell phone,
Nope.
or turning on some lights around the house? I
Some.
mean, because you said some of them you can. Some
So.
things,
Yeah.
some lights, and some things you can.
Yeah. Some lights I can and some lights I cannot.
Okay. I'm
I'm
sorry.
just saying
Which
because
one you can?
I'm just saying because if they put the switch in a certain spot of the wall,
Right. Then you could do it.
I can reach it. But if I can't, if it's too high or it's
Right.
on the ceiling, I can't reach it.
Right. So do you use any assistive technologies or smart devices?
I mean, I use apps and all, but not but in a very I mean assistive devices. Most of the assistive devices I use it here at work, like my computer right here, or or this little remote control for the door.
Okay.
But I
So
usually
that can possibly be considered an assistive device.
yes, it is.
So you do use some assistive devices.
Yeah,
So how do you feel about these devices?
I think they're great.
Eh,
I mean, where was this when we needed a 20 or 30 years ago?
yes, of course, you're absolutely right. Um, Also, these devices, are they helpful? Do they serve their purpose?
Yes, they do.
So they're helpful and they're good.
Hmm.
Okay, good. So if you could, just in general, um, what do you wish technology could do for you? Yeah.
Uh, Boy, that's a lot. That's a good question. I have a lot of answers for that. I mean,
Go
uh,
ahead.
but uh, but but I can tell you, I'd like to see more devices. Well, like robotic devices, for example, to get dressed, devices to feed. Even though I did see some at the expo, but I'd like to see more devices to like, well, like I said, like to get dressed or to get out of the or to get out of the wheelchair without having like a human assistance to do that. Even though some human assistance is needed, but I'm
Right.
just saying like devices that can that you can walk or stand or
Babe, my head rests a little on my lip.
or basically just to 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 move around,
So to move around.
to be more independent, basically.
More independency.
Yeah.
My way, babe. My back part. Okay, sorry.
No,
Excuse me.
it's fine. It's fine.
Let my head forward. Okay,
Okay.
thanks.
Okay. All right. No problem.
So,
Okay. So basically, I'd like to see more technology used for robotics technology for to
robotics.
to help some of us who need help getting dressed, cooking, uh, taking a bath. You know what I mean? That's what I like to see more devices like that.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay, can you think of the things you do on your own? The things that you're able to do? Um, do you Can you think of any alternative ways you can do these things? Your everyday tasks?
Well, of course, I could drive my wheelchair on my own. I can with putting on my headset, I can operate the computer on my own, turn it on, turn it off. Um, I'm able to, uh, you know, with my Bluetooth.
Any other alternative ways to do it?
Oh,
If,
uh,
besides the way you're doing it now, is there any other way you can do stuff?
um, any other way I could do stuff? Well, I mean, that's a complex question. I guess the reason why I say complex question is the reason why is because I guess I know there's so many specific ways. I mean, like for example, putting on this headset instead of some. If this headset could be on a certain mounted on a certain, um, I don't know, like a mount or something like that, where I can put the headset on my own, I can do that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Or as an example, example, the Bluetooth headset that I use, not this one, but another one
Right.
that I use for my cell phone and all.
Right.
If maybe if it can be hooked in the wheelchair or something like that, you know what I
Very
mean?
nice.
And then maybe I can just push it right there, and then and then it comes off and all that stuff. Sorry, Ophelia.
Excuse me. Sorry, you're fine.
Okay,
Good morning.
okay, okay. Um, um, Honestly, as an example, instead of letting my old man, take me, pick me up and transfer me from one church to another, there should be more, I don't know, sliding devices or,
Right. Okay, for example, the way you use your phone. Is there any other alternative ways you might be using your phone?
voicemail. I mean, a voice command.
Voice command.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where I was trying to get at. You were running
Okay.
away from the core of the question, so I had to redirect you.
So my apologies
Yeah.
for that. Yeah. You know, yeah. Voice commands. Uh, may, maybe devices where I can turn on, turn on the lights or the computer with my eyes or my or my or like I
Um,
said, yeah.
Somebody else did say that. With your eyes and stuff.
Hmm.
Somebody else in my previous, with this, other people I interviewed,
Yeah.
they also said eye device. That's interesting. Voice and eye devices.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Hmm.
Um, Let me just give me 1 second. Let me readjust myself. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. And my left hand forward, so I can have more leverage. I'm sorry if he's blocking the way.
Oh,
Just a
don't worry
little.
about it. I mean,
Now you
he's
can
trying to
feel it.
help you, and you know.
He'll go back right now in a second. Oh, that's a lot better.
Okay.
Okay.
For example, okay, I'm gonna have an example. For example, you're holding the paper the way you're holding it.
Yes.
You should have, like, for example, something flat. You know what I mean? Like either, like for example, if you had a tablet or something like that, the questions could be on a tablet. You put it,
Exactly.
you strap it, put a strap around your hand.
Exactly.
That's another alternative.
Yes.
You know.
Thank you. You're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, exactly. Instead of like I said, instead of holding it like that, you should have a tablet right in your hands, or even use your own phone
um,
to bring up the questions. You know.
I don't mean to stop you, but I'll answer your questions right afterwards.
Okay, that's fine.
But I have reasons why I don't, but I will answer you.
Okay,
Um,
okay, okay.
so you said either eye controlled or voice commands?
Yes.
Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, what would be the cons of eye tracker or voice commands?
They can break down.
Yes, but a
Yes.
little more specific.
Well,
Anything could really break, but
it might not listen to your voice
okay.
devices might not listen to your voice recognition. The eyes will not identify your. Your devices will not identify your eyes. For example, there could be software problems. Uh, there, you know, there could be many things that can happen. You know, but mainly software is the main issue right
So
there.
recognition,
Yes,
and
and then if you don't have somebody with you, then you're in deep trouble.
so it would be what about the eye device, eye tracker, eye
Like I said,
technologies?
the eye tracker might not identify your eyes anymore, and then you have to reprogram it.
Right. Understood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so uh, out of curiosity, do you know about home smart devices like Alexa or the thermostat or the light controlling?
I mean, I've heard of it, but I'm not like 100% familiar. I'm more like 30% familiar
Because
with these some of the devices.
I ask you this because you're a great candidate for Hue. Hue is a light system. They're just light bulbs. And they're
Okay.
connected to your internet, and it is on an app. It
Mm-hmm.
is on an app, and you just click it on and off,
Okay.
whatever room you like. So the alternative would be, because you cannot reach the light switch, your
Mm-hmm.
alternative is, you know, app, an app that would do all this for you.
Sounds interesting. But would it
Yes.
also work like for example, if it's a hot day and I want to turn on the fan in my
Um,
room?
I'm
You
sure
know.
there are smart fans,
Mm-hmm.
but so every department has their own specific technology, smart device.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you would have to it's actually like if you want a smart fan, you have to go to the smart fan.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a smart lamp, you go to the smart lamp. If you want a smart thermostat, you
I have
buy the
a
smart
smart
thermostat.
thermostat.
And all of these have their own specific um, application on the phone.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes, I do.
So you would constantly switching up apps. Let's say, okay, you want to turn on the AC and the light. You have to use two different apps. Correct?
Interesting. Yes,
Do you agree?
I do.
Okay. Just like when you text, you go to one app. When you make a phone call, you go to the phone app.
Right.
Correct?
Correct.
Okay. So you should look into them. They're, you are the best candidate for that type of devices. Um,
Thank you.
so, how do you feel about a device that doesn't have a visual interface like a phone with no screens? That's what I just asked you earlier. I asked you earlier about the phone,
Right.
but imagine the thermostat not having an app. How do you feel?
I would say probably helpless. I mean,
Yeah,
not
you,
even.
okay, so
Uh,
move on to my next question.
okay.
So we kind of touched on some of these questions are generated as we speak. Like when we speak, you kind of answer these questions.
Sure.
So forgive me if I sound
That's
repetitive.
fine. That's fine. That's fine.
So, um, what do you think about audible voice controlled assistants? Let's say, would use one if it definitely understood you and stuff like that?
If it's programmed the right way, yes, I would use it.
Voice, right? Voice.
Right.
Okay. What would you use it for?
Everything. The lights, the computer, the remote control of the TV to turn on and turn off the TV. Um,
What about
even
change the channel, the TV?
yes,
What else?
the wheelchair.
That's what Julia said. Julia said, I wish I could drive for me.
Well, I mean, like for example, you know how, for example, automobiles now they have. I mean, they have like these kind of keys. Where you can smart keys that you can turn on and turn off.
Right, right, right.
Without doing.
Put it in,
If
in,
we,
in the ignition.
yeah,
So put it in
instead,
ignition.
if yeah, exactly. Instead of the ignition will turn on by itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, if this was hooked up to the wheelchair, and we can either do it by button, by voice command. We could tell the wheelchair, turn left, turn right, like like a remote control. I mean, if we can't get near the wheelchair, the wheelchair can come to us.
Very nice. They actually have that too now.
I haven't even seen it, but I'm pretty
They're
sure they
called
do.
We, um, but it's not for promo. It's not like a sophisticated wheelchair like ours. It's
Mm-hmm.
more for the basic user,
Okay.
like the basic users on the couch. The user, yeah, you can use your cell phone to drive the chair.
Wow.
There's an app. Yeah, there's.
There's
I
an app for
mean,
that.
there's an app for that too. That is funny.
Yeah, that is funny.
So there is an app for that too. Um, so keeping in mind all your answers that you gave me, like everything you just answered,
Right.
how can your life be improved by technology now?
I'll be honest with you. One of the things I've always, wanted for myself, um, is, I mean, because I live with my parents, I would like to have my own. I would, I would like to live on my own,
Okay, so it would
have my
make
own
you more
place.
independent.
In other words, if I had an accessible apartment, with access with every technology. That would be my dream.
Very, very nice.
You know, you know,
Um,
and then
I'm
of
gonna.
course that it's more cost effective too. That's not to cost an arm and a leg and all. Hmm.
So, do you consider yourself dependent on visual cues and feedbacks?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Um, and as we answered this already, we would feel strange or uncomfortable if this was eliminated.
I'm sorry.
The interfaces and all that. As you mentioned earlier, you would feel uncomfortable
Oh,
if they were
I would say
eliminated.
I would feel comfortable, but I would also find a plan B. In other words,
Right.
solutions. I mean,
Well, I'm not talking about the idea of eliminating visual interfaces, turning them to audio.
well, if they can, if it can, if it could be programmed right, yes.
So you wouldn't be as uncomfortable.
Not too uncomfortable. Again, it depends on the device
But
and
how well it is.
how well it is exactly.
Okay, turn this page. We're almost done. Okay, good. Well, so let's say, for example, we did eliminate user um, visual cues, feedback, all visual feedback. What kind of device made this look like? If it's not a screen, what do you think it is? Or if it's not like any visual indicator?
Um, well, I'm assuming is that we're talking about audio,
Right.
right? I'll tell you one of the other issues about audio.
Or even your eyes. You said eye. You
Yes,
said
I mean voice command.
eye
I use
recognition.
maybe
I'm
it
sorry,
can
not eye recognition, but eye tracker.
maybe even fingerprinting recognition too. You know what I mean? So a lot of times you know when I on my password on my phone I always put some um, you know different password or numbers in order to make sure I get in what I need to do.
Right.
Hmm. Um,
So what would it look like? This eye tracker or audible voice command or
well, the eye tracker would be something like something mounted on a camera or something like that. You know, like a camera that just visualizes your eyes, like
okay.
something out of out of that movie that Tom Cruise, that Minority Report, says, "Hello, Mr. Fuzaki," or something. Identifies your eyes and all, like a fingerprint. You know.
Some desktop come like that right now
Okay.
with Windows 10. Just to let you know,
I'm sorry.
with Windows 10, some of them are like that.
Yes.
If they have a built-in camera,
Hmm.
it does recognize your face. Your phone also recognizes your face.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Hmm.
So, what would you think of the idea of your very own personal assistant with the ability to learn you and your habits and your wants? And let me know if I need to repeat that.
Well, I would like it. If it's robotic, I wouldn't mind. Um, you know, I'll put something for your report, which I'm hoping that you can understand. There's a show that I always liked, well, two shows, but of course, I'm a big Star Trek
It's
fan,
very
and
nice.
the reason why I like Star Trek so much is because of the fact that, um, because, for example, on a ship like the Enterprise or any of the other ships,
Yes.
they always say computer scan for life signs, computer find find the captain,
Oh,
computer, you know. So,
yes.
so if it had that kind of voice command with a
Let's
password,
say
you know, yeah.
it let's say it learns you. Would you enjoy that? How do you feel if the instrument, whatever this device is, would learn you? For example,
We'll learn me.
let's say this device was mounted on your chair or something, and it knows you're about to be maybe 5 inches away from the door, and it would automatically open. How would you feel about that?
I like it.
I mean,
Of course, if I had a voice like saying "Good afternoon, Mr. Roldan," or "Good afternoon, Jarvis,"
so
you
more
know,
human.
yeah. Hmm.
It's very good. I love your answers.
Thank you.
Um, you're going towards the direction of the ideations I have, like all the different ideas for this technology. So I like your feedback. Um,
Sure.
it's very helpful. So reflecting on our discussion, what do you think of a mobile, like mobile meaning it travels with you wherever you are? Um, what do you think of a mobile wearable with an audible assistant voice control?
I have to see it, but I think something interesting, you know, something that I probably would enjoy and say, yes, this is something that I can be more independent.
So this technology, this assistant would be something like it would know everything about you. It would be very friendly, as you just mentioned. Good morning or good afternoon.
Hmm.
It would it would just learn you and be your companion
Hmm.
and do whatever the things you are not able to
Hmm.
do it for you. Like turn on the thermostat or
Hmm.
the air conditioner or the light
Yes.
without going through apps, without going through the process of your phone.
Well, if it exists, I say go for it.
So what would this wearable look like if it were to be a wearable? Do you believe it would be a wrist,
I mean,
like
something that's
a
like a software device that can be connected to the software device that can be connected to the computer.
oh, no, no, no. We want to travel
Oh, I'm sorry.
without everything. We want to. So let me repeat the question.
I'm sorry. Yes.
What do you think of a mobile wearable with an audible assistant voice control?
I'm trying to. I'm just trying to visualize. So this is
Yes.
more
So what would it look like for you? How do you feel about it? What would it look like for you?
uh, like an app connected to to the phone. Something uh, that can be connected to.
Would you want any wearable on you? Like a wearable?
I mean, like wearing, like
For
wearing
example, wearing your watch, a smartwatch, or smart glasses. What kind of wearable do you think this is?
Bluetooth,
Like an
like a Bluetooth.
earpiece?
Yeah, like
Like
an
an
earpiece.
earpiece.
Yes.
Okay. So
Hmm.
you would find it to be a blue earpiece.
Yes.
So you could hear it and give commands.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Or headphones or a headset.
What about eyewear? What about contacts? Would you wear contacts?
I don't wear contacts. Unfortunately, I'm
No,
very
no.
sensitive
Would
to
you?
my. Well, if if
If this device did
if it's
all
not too
that,
sensitive, if it's not sensitive to the eyes, yes,
of course.
because the issue is that I'm very sensitive to the eyes, and I would have to, I mean, they would have to, I mean, they uh, they would have to,
Keep in mind,
you know,
this would be technology that is like 25 years advanced, 25 or more.
yeah,
Um, Keep in mind, technology is only going to progress and get smaller.
hmm
Um, you said earpiece, which is wonderful and great, but
hmm
what do you think about like an eye tracker that will eliminate? If it wasn't as sensitive, if it was tailored, if it was specifically tailored to you and your sensitivity, and if it could eliminate your glasses and do all that for you, how would you feel?
amazed. I would say thank you, God. I mean, you gave me something that I can do with my eyes.
Okay.
I would be amazed. Really, I really would be at all.
Which one do you prefer? An earpiece or the eye tracker, like a contact?
I device like a contact.
You would prefer the eye device.
Yeah.
So, um, I just want to explore my ideas and my options.
Okay.
Um, if it were an eye device, eye tracker, how would you feel about a futuristic, um, where only you could see it, but it was, don't worry about the specifics on how or when. Could I have it now? Don't worry about that. But let's say um, it this eye contact eye tracker thing. Let's say it pulls up an interface in front of your face, where you do everything with your eyes. How would that look or feel? I mean, you say you
Well,
look at futuristic movies, right? Like
yeah,
Tom
that's right.
Tom Cruise's
Yeah, yeah,
and
exactly.
Star Trek.
Well, you
You know
know,
those transparent screens.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
How
it
would
would
you
have to be
feel?
like a transparent type of
Right.
contacts. You
How
know what
would
I
you
mean?
feel?
Awesome. You know, and then of course it would be awesome if they change colors, change your eye colors. Like red,
Sure,
blue.
we'll throw that in there. But I'm just saying, what if that transparent interface popped up in front of you, so you could do whatever tasks you want?
If it can help me live more independently, I would use it, and I would use it to, Okay.
Um, what about the audible?
I would use it as well as a like everything. I would use everything. I mean, I'm
No, like one or the other.
hmm? Oh, like what's
One or
my
the other.
oh
A voice assistant or an interface that you could do with your
I
eyes.
prefer the interface with the eyes.
With the eyes.
Yeah, only because that way nobody has to hear what I say.
Correct. What about, let's take that example with your eyes and nobody could hear it. But
hmm
how would you text? How do you see yourself texting?
Well, I can
With the eyes? How?
with the eyes, like looking at the words, typing the words
Typing
on.
with your eyes?
Yeah,
Interesting. Okay.
like I look at the
So
word and
you wouldn't mind doing that? Okay. So you prefer that over speaking?
yes.
Okay. Um,
And I'll tell you why. One of the reasons why is because I like if I were to, because if I were to speak it, I get thirsty very easily,
okay.
and it's a lot, and
I
it's a lot,
understand.
and it's a lot better than, and like I said, and second, as I mentioned before, that way nobody has to hear what I have to say and all.
And you wouldn't mind typing through your eyes. Is that correct?
Hmm
Because that would be the only major downfall. because it'll give you visual feedback, but rather than audio feedback. And but the problem with that is you could dial easily. It's only a 4 digit. If you had to call out, it's only 7 digits. But
Yeah.
but if you are if you are typing a text,
Excuse me for a second.
that's fine.
Excuse me for a second. Oops. You know what? I'll get it later.
Are you okay?
Yeah, yeah. Don't worry about it. I'll get it. I'll get them later. They have they have a voicemail, so So, and I don't want to keep you too long because I know,
Yeah.
because I know Access is picking you up. But you said 3:20, right?
Mm-hmm.
3:20, right? Okay.
So where was I? I'm sorry. Well, you were gonna tell me something. Um, why you would prefer that eye tracker?
Like I said, for privacy
Okay.
reasons. I mean, I mean, I have a strict rule, even at work, that confidentiality is the most important thing. Just like I always keep the confidentiality
Okay.
of my clients and all. You know what I mean?
Okay. So thank you for your time. That
Okay.
does complete the questionnaire. But do you have any questions for me?
Just a comment. Since we're in the issue of assistive technology, you know, one of the things in my life, why I work for the state of California Employment Development Department, is because I'd like to see people get jobs, no matter who they are or what background, you know. And I like to see one day more people with disabilities get jobs by using assistive technology, and by especially the ones we were talking about,
Yes.
and and by working with employers, so they won't be afraid to buy,
Approach.
So we would
approve.
be better at our jobs.
Exactly.
Our physical appearance,
Mm,
our limitations wouldn't affect our ability to work.
exactly. And that's always been my dream in the future, that there'll be more devices that can assist and job seekers with disabilities to do their job, or even those who don't have a job and can stay at home. They can do the job at home too, like a business, or even or even use these devices to write articles or write books and all.
Books and
Hmm.
Um, any other comments?
That's just about it.
So I would like to ask you, in a couple of weeks, um, I have no information on how or exactly when. Um, if I were to, would you be willing to be a user tester
Sure.
of this small prototype I'm gonna be making?
Tell me when to come, and I'll be there.
I mean, either way, I could come to you or you could come to us.
Hmm.
Um, may I contact you if I have any other questions?
Give me 1 second.
Oh,
that's good for me too. So just in case, I can.
sorry.
I said that's good for me to get his information because
We could set up. We could. You could ask him us different questions whenever I'm done.
yeah, I would want to get a under the table job though because for like for simpler people like me.
Now, wouldn't it be nice if you had that eye tracker said, please transfer this information over to the next Bluetooth? Well,
Exactly.
right?
Right.
He's so motivated.
Rather than grabbing the card. Isn't that true?
I love that you're motivated. Like you're limited to what you can do, but you still want to do it. I love that.
Thank you. Well, that's my information right there.
Thank
Now,
you.
I was gonna say, if you can, since I'm Julia's friend, add me as your friend, and then
Okay, I just didn't. I
we
was
can
just
also chat.
uncomfortable just to randomly. I was uncomfortable just randomly searching on our Facebook for your name. So I'm like,
Please,
Fernando.
yeah.
please find me. Please find me.
Okay.
I don't mind, and that way, it'll be to me. I like to do conversations, chatting as well. That as well. So but I
Oh
don't mind
yes.
doing this as well too.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
I don't mind doing this as well via
Oh, this is
you know.
this is slowly just. I, I'm
But
pretty sure I won't
let
bug
me
you, but
let me ask a question. But are you also doing this for college work?
yeah,
For school work?
yeah, my midterm.
Okay. What class are you taking?
Um, as I mentioned earlier, interaction design,
Okay.
where we study technology and how it
Okay.
can benefit people.
All right.
But I'm specifically focusing on disabled people
All right.
because this it's home to me. Like obviously I'm disabled, right?
Yes.
So it's like they're trying to motivate us to create, maybe for one person, and then pass it on to everybody else,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody will benefit.
Okay,
That's the
that's good.
strategy.
Okay, that's good. Well, I hope I gave you some good answers.
Yes.
Right there. Yeah.
I like this
So
interview.
you don't mind if I contact you
It
for
was really
user
well.
testing?
Please,
You
please.
could turn
You
off
can.
the.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Thank you.
I just
Yeah.
love
You can.
him.
I gave you my business
His
card.
name is Fernando.
Yes.
Fernando, right?
Yes.
Okay.